Good morning, students. How are you? I think you may all are fine, right? All of you stay home, stay safe, learn well. Okay, students. Today in this class, I am going to start new chapter number 8, body movements. Students, in this chapter, you will learn following things: human joints and their functions, human skeleton and about various parts of it, and gait of other animals. Students, sit absolutely still. Observe the movements taking place in your body. You must be blinking your eyes time to time. Observe the movements in your body as you breathe. There are so many movements that happen in our bodies. Right? When you are writing in your notebook, which part of the body are you are moving? Your hands, right? Fingers and hands. Or when you turn and look at your friends, different parts of your body move while you remain at the same place. In these examples, you also move from one place to another. You get up and go to your teacher or to the school compound or go home after school. You walk, run, skip, jump and move from place to place. Right? Let us see how animals move from place to place. Students, one small activity. Let us fill the below table here. How do animals move from place to place? Animals move from one place to another place by walk, run, fly, jump, creep, crawl, slither and swim. Right? These are only a few of the ways in which animals move from one place to another place. Why are there so many differences in the way that animals move from place to place? Why is it that many animals walk while a snake slithers or crawls and a fish swims? Here, first animal, cow. Body part used by while moving a cow is legs, right? Animal move by walk, right? Similarly, snake. The body part used for moving from place to place is whole body, right? And how does the snake move? Snakes slithers, right? Remaining we are going to know in online class. Okay. And next we are going to know human body and its movements. Okay. Let us look closely at some of our own movements to begin with. Before looking at all these varieties of movements in animals, do you enjoy doing physical exercise at school? How do you move your hands and legs while doing different exercises? And let us try some of the many movements our body is capable of. Bowl an imaginary ball at an imaginary wicket. How did you move your arm? Did you rotate it at the shoulder in a circular movement? Yes, right. Did your shoulder also move? Students, all of you see here in this picture shoulder movements while throwing a ball and while dancing. Students, all of you see here in this picture elbow. The elbow is the visible joint between the upper and lower part of the arm. Notice movement of elbow while waving hands and shaking hands. Elbow rotates partly, right, and it lifts some weight. Students, here you can see various body movements of neck, shoulder and elbow and knees. Okay, we can rotate our neck, right, and we can also move our shoulders and elbow, right, and knees are bent when we are walking, when you are running. Okay, And similarly, try to move the various parts of your body and record their movements. Okay. Why is it that we are able to move a few parts of our body easily in various directions and some only in one direction only? And why are we unable to move some parts at all? Here is one small activity. Place a scale lengthwise on your arm so that your elbow is in the center. Ask your friend to tie the scale and your arm together. Now try to bend your elbow. Are you able to do it? It is difficult, right? We can't bend our arm now. So, did you notice that we are able to bend or rotate our body in places where two parts of our body seem to be joined together, like elbow, shoulder, or neck? These places are called joints. If our body has no joints, do you think it would be possible for us to move in any way at all? We can't move at all. Okay, without any joints. Students, now let's watch small video about body movements and joints.
Body movements and joints. You do different exercises in your yoga classes at school. For doing these exercises, you do different types of movements. For example, moving your arms and legs, forward bending, shoulder rotation, and many more. You can do these movements easily because your body is flexible. Such flexibility in our body is due to the presence of joints. Do you know what a joint is? Well, a joint is actually a place where two bones are joined together. Rest your hand against your knee, shoulder, or your fingers. You can feel your joints there. Not all joints allow movements. On the basis of whether the joint helps in the movement or not, these joints can be categorized into two types: immovable and movable. The immovable joints are the joints that allow no movement of the body parts. These are also called fixed joints. Such joints are found in the skull. Except the joints present in the skull, all other joints found in the body are movable. Movable joints are the joints that help in the movement of the body parts. Movable joints are further of four different types. They are hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, and gliding joint. Let us learn about these joints one by one. Let us first learn about the hinge joint. A hinge joint is very similar to a door hinge. You can see that the door hinge allows the opening and closing of the door in two directions. Similarly, a hinge joint in the body also allows the movement in two directions, that is, forward and backward, or upward and downward. The elbow and knee joints are the two examples of the hinge joint. Let us now learn about the ball and socket joint. In the ball and socket joint, the end of one bone acts like a ball. This bone fits into another bone, which acts as a socket. Hence, the joint is called the ball and socket joint. This arrangement allows easy movement of the body parts in all the directions. The hip joint and shoulder joint are the two examples of the ball and socket joint. The next type of joint is the pivot joint. In this type of joint, one of the bones acts like a cylinder and fits into the end of the other bone, which is like a ring. Hence, the first bone rotates inside the ring and allows easy movement of the body part in different directions. An example of a pivot joint is the neck joint. The pivot joint allows the movement of neck sideways, upward, and downward. It even allows the rotation of the neck. The last type of joint is the gliding joint. This type of joint allows the bones to glide over each other and hence allows slight movement of the body parts. In this type of joint, the joint bones are flat and so They slide back and forth and side to side. Ankle joint and wrist joint are some examples of the gliding joint. Now, there is a special tissue that holds the two bones of a joint in position. This is called ligament. There is another soft tissue that covers a joint from outside. This is called cartilage. The bones are not visible from outside. So, in case of an injury, doctors use X-rays to check any damage of our bones. X-rays are the special rays that help to create the image of bones using radiations.
Students, in this class we have learned different types of body movements and joints. Right? If you have any doubt, ask in online session. All of you should follow given worksheet. Thank you, students.